Hello everyone, welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Al Jazeera reports that its journalist, Mohammed Wishah, a correspondent for Al Jazeera Mobashir, was killed in an Israeli drone strike in the Gaza Strip. The attack, which occurred on Wednesday, hit a car Wishah was traveling in on Al-Rashid Street, the coastal road west of Gaza City, causing the vehicle to burst into flames. Al Jazeera notes that Israel has been targeting journalists in the Gaza Strip since its war against Palestinians in Gaza began in October 2023. According to the Gaza Government Media Office, at least 262 journalists have been killed in Israeli attacks on Gaza since that time. Al Jazeera reports that the Norwegian Nobel Committee, which awards the Nobel Peace Prize, has strongly condemned Moscow's efforts to designate the human rights group Memorial, a co-recipient of the 2022 Peace Prize, as an extremist organization. Committee Chairman Jørgen Watne Friednes expressed deep alarm over these attempts, stating that if Russia's Supreme Court upholds the Justice Ministry's petition, all of Memorial's work would be criminalized, leading to potential imprisonment and fines for anyone involved. Memorial, established in 1987 to document human rights abuses in Russia, was previously declared a foreign agent and dissolved in Russia in 2021. The committee urges Russian authorities to immediately withdraw this claim and cease all harassment against Memorial and its members. According to Tsingtao, US President Donald Trump issued a stern warning that any nation providing military weapons to Iran will face an immediate 50% tariff on all goods imported into the United States, with no exceptions. This dramatic announcement comes as the US-Iran conflict reached a critical juncture. Trump also declared a 2-week bilateral ceasefire with Iran, brokered by Pakistani Prime Minister Sharif and Army Marshal Munir, just hours before a potential US military strike deadline. He described this as a major breakthrough, stating that the two countries have found a workable basis for a long-term peace agreement and have already resolved most past disputes. Iran has confirmed it will begin negotiations with the U.S. in Islamabad on April 10. A key condition for the ceasefire, from Trump's perspective, is Iran's immediate and safe reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Financial markets reacted positively to the news, with the Nasdaq narrowing losses, signaling a de-escalation of geopolitical risks. UPI reports that the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights has issued a formal warning regarding serious labor and human rights violations within Cuba's overseas medical brigades. The report, based on 71 testimonies in a review of Cuban regulations, indicates that some practices may constitute forced labor or contemporary forms of slavery. It highlights issues such as low wages for medical professionals who receive only 2.5% to 25% of payments from host countries, with the majority retained by the Cuban state. These health services generated nearly $4.9 billion for Cuba in 2022. The Commission identified recurring problems affecting wages, professional mobility, working conditions, and personal life, noting a widespread fear of reprisals among workers. Several Latin American countries have begun reviewing or ending cooperation agreements with Cuba due to these concerns, amplified by U.S. pressure. Cuba's government consistently denies these allegations, labeling them a U.S.-led smear campaign. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.